Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Danielle, aka Stitcherista here on YouTube, and today is my book of the month unboxing for December. So, book of the month allows you to pay a fee every month. I pay $9.99 for 1 credit, which means I get to choose 1 book out of the usually 4 that they have. And if you don't like any of those, you can skip a month. I skipped November because I did not like any of their choices. So I had a free credit left over for December and didn't have to pay another $9.99. Now, the more boxes that you get, the more months in a row that you do it, you unlock rewards. You unlock extra add-ons. Like I'm to the point now where I can add 4 books to the one and get 5 books a month if I want to, because they do keep other book choices in their inventory, I should say, and you can go through and add other ones. So this month I received a free story. Now they do this. They have a subscription for this too. I didn't get it. I have one of these. It's all short stories. So I will definitely read that. The Turkey Rumble. The short stories were, in my opinion, a little tiny bizarre in the last volume that I had. To each their own, right? Okay, so this month I have a full box because I picked extra books. So my choice for this month was Alice Feeney's Beautiful Ugly. I love Alice Feeney. I have read almost everything that she's written. So the synopsis for this one says, author Grady Green is having the worst, best day of his life. He calls his wife Abby to share some exciting news as she is driving home. He hears Abby slam on the brakes when she sees something in the road ahead. Over Grady's protests, Abby gets out of the car. When he eventually finds her car by the cliff edge, the headlights are on, the driver's door is open, her phone is still there, but his wife has disappeared. A year later, Grady is still overcome with grief and desperate to know what happened to Abby. He can't sleep and he can't write, so he travels to a tiny remote Scottish island to try to get his life back on track. And then he sees the impossible. A woman who looks exactly like his missing wife. Dude, yes. This is going to be a good book. That is right up my alley as far as the genre I like to read. And usually Alice Feeney's books have some kind of twist at the end. My favorite book that she wrote that I read was Rock, Paper, Scissors, because that book gets flipped on its head and you're like, OMG. Okay, looking forward to that. Then I added my add-ons. So one of my add-ons was The Book of George by Kate Greathead. And here is the synopsis for this one. Everyone has a George. If you haven't had the misfortune of dating a George, you know someone who has. He's a young man brimming with potential but incapable of following through. Sweet yet non-committal to his long-suffering girlfriend. Distant from but still reliant on his mother. Charmingly funny 1 minute, sullenly brooding the next. Here, Kate Greathead paints one particular unforgettable George in a series of droll and surprisingly poignant snapshots of his life over 2 decades. Despite his failings, it's hard not to root for George at least a little. Beneath his cynicism is a reservoir of fondness for his girlfriend Jenny and her valiant willingness to put up with him. Each demonstration of his flaws is paired with a self-eviscerating comment. No one is more disappointed in him than himself, except maybe Jenny and his mother. As hilarious as it is resonant and as singular as it is universal, The Book of George is a deft, unexpectedly moving portrait of one man, but also countless others. This book just really drew me in because I feel like I'm going to be able to relate to some of the stuff in here. I love books like this where it takes a character that is flawed and you're rooting for the underdog. I love watching movies where I'm rooting for people. So that's what drew me to this book, because I feel like I am definitely going to be rooting for him to get his life together. Okay, my next book is called, I had 5 books. I have 5 books in here, so I picked the max that I could get. So this one is called The Last Love Note by Emma Gray. And the synopsis of this one. 2 years after losing her husband Cameron, Kate is a bit of a mess. Lurching from one comedic crisis to the next, she does her best to navigate work, friendships, and parenting a 5-year-old without Cam's support. That has to be incredibly difficult. When a flight diversion on a business trip unexpectedly leaves her stranded in a beach town in Australia, Kate finally has a chance to process her grief. Can she let go of the love of her life and risk her heart a second time? The Last Love Note will make readers laugh, cry, and renew their faith in the resilience of the human heart, recognizing that while you may never stop loving the one you lost, you can always find love again. Like I said, I am trying to step out of my normal reading to read more things about just life, contemporary fiction. So there's that one. That one drew me in. Then this one. So this is Jason Recolac's newest one, The Last One at the Wedding. I loved his other book, Hidden Pictures. It was fantastic. So the synopsis of this one. It's been 3 years since Frank Zatowski last heard from his daughter, and he's devastated by their long, unhappy estrangement. But then an unexpected phone call from Maggie changes everything. She says she's getting married and she wants her father to walk her down the aisle. Frank is overjoyed by the news. Here at last is a chance for reconciliation, a perfect opportunity to repair their fractured relationship. But a disturbing discovery about his future son-in-law leads Frank to wonder if Maggie is making a terrible mistake. And once he arrives at the wedding, an extravagant 3-day affair set at a luxurious lakefront estate, the warning signs keep piling up. Can Frank unravel the truth about Maggie's fiance before it's too late? An edge-of-your-seat thriller that delves deep into love, marriage, and family ties, The Last One at the Wedding offers nonstop surprises and brilliant suspense. Yee! Yes, right up my alley also. If you have not read Hidden Pictures, I highly recommend. I absolutely love that book. Yes, lots of good choices. And then the last one. Ooh, they gave me some stickers. Let's go. Is Sophie Kinsella's What Does It Feel Like? Now, I feel like this is more of a novella because look how short it is. Does it say a novella? No, it says a novel. So here's the synopsis of this one. An unforgettable story, by turns heartbreaking and life-affirming, of a renowned novelist facing a devastating diagnosis and learning to live and love anew. Eve is a successful novelist who wakes up one day in a hospital bed with no memory of how she got there. Her husband, never far from her side, explains that she has had an operation to remove the large malignant tumor growing in her brain. As Eve learns to walk, talk, and write again, and as she wrestles with her diagnosis and how and when to explain it to her beloved children, she begins to recall what's most important to her. Long walks with her husband's hand clasped firmly around her own, family game nights, and always buying that dress when she sees it. Each of the brief anecdotes that comprise this book is an attempt to answer the type of impossible questions recognizable to anyone navigating the labyrinth of grief. This short, extraordinary novel is a celebration of life, shot through with warmth and humor. It will both break your heart and put it back together again. Yes, we'll probably relate to so much of this book. So, that was my last one. I feel like I got some really good ones this month. And then they always usually include a bookmark. And this one says, this book is the sheet. Hilarious. But this month they included some stickers, some Christmas stickers. So, I know I didn't tell you guys, but when I did the Primrose Cottage unboxing, they also include stickers in every box. And I decided to go ahead and purchase a sticker book. I know that may sound crazy to some people, but instead of putting them in my junk journal, I wanted to put them in a sticker book, and it reminded me of when I was a kid and I had a photo album and collected stickers. So when that sticker book comes in, I'm going to do an unboxing and show you how I'm going to stick some stickers in there. These will go in there. I'm so excited because Mary Fictions, Book of the Month, Nog, they're very cool. I love this. So yes. All right, that is my Book of the Month this month. I am very pleased. I can't wait to delve into some of these books next year. I've hit my goal of reading 100 books. I've actually read over 100 this year. I have read 104 so far. So go me, because I usually set my goal at 52, meaning one book a week. I've surpassed that. So, have you read any of these? Will you be reading any of these? Let me know what interests you down below out of all of these books. As always, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below, and I will answer them to the best of my ability. Thank you so much for watching and subscribing, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.